Welcome, team. Thanks for joining me for this explainer. I'm incredibly excited to be your guide today as we explore a massive quality of life upgrade coming to our accounting workflows. We're looking at a brand new feature in the Dynamics 365 Business Central 2026 release Wave 1, which you probably know as BC28. As your consultant and trainer, my goal today is to show you exactly how to completely eliminate those tedious manual general ledger posting period updates you've been doing every single month. We're going to fully automate this process using the new BC28 date formula feature, and I promise you're going to absolutely love the time this saves us. Here's the roadmap for our explainer today. First, we'll look at the monthly hassle we're all too familiar with. Then, we'll meet the date formula solution, walk through a step-by-step configuration, give you a handy formula cheat sheet, and finally, wrap up with some advanced rules and mixing. Let's get to it. Section 1. The monthly update hassle. Why we are changing. Okay, let's dive into this. We all know the drill, right? It's the first of the month, and someone has to manually navigate to the general ledger setup to type in new, static posting dates. It's repetitive, it's tedious, and frankly, it's an open invitation for typos. But the difference with this new approach is literally night and day. Instead of hard-coding fixed calendar days, we're going to teach Business Central to calculate those relative posting boundaries all on its own using automated date formulas. It is a massive productivity win. Set the rules once, and the system handles the rollover automatically. Section 2. Meet the date formula solution. How it works. Think of this feature as the ultimate lifesaver for our accounting workflows. It's a remarkably simple, elegant way to let the software do the heavy lifting for us. So, what is it? Put simply, a date formula in Business Central is just a short text string. We're talking up to 20 characters maximum, just made up of basic numbers and letters. Instead of typing out March 1st to March 31st, you just use this little string to specify posting boundaries that are entirely relative to the current date. It'll make perfect sense once we look at the building blocks. Now, before we start actually building these formulas, there is one absolutely crucial technical distinction you need to be aware of. This formula is calculated based on the work date from your My Settings, not the actual system's today's calendar date. This is actually a brilliant design choice by Microsoft because it maintains absolute consistency with how the allow posting from and to logic has always functioned. Just a vital thing to keep in mind so there are no gotchas when you're testing out your new rules. Section 3. Step-by-step configuration guide, setting it up. All right, let's look at exactly where to go in the system. The process is wonderfully straightforward. First, you'll use the Tell Me feature. Just hit Alt+Q on your keyboard. Type in General Ledger Setup and click that related link. Once you're on the General tab, you got to make sure to click Show More to expand your view. And boom, right there, you'll spot two brand new fields, Allow Posting from Date Formula and Allow Posting to Date Formula. This is exactly where we'll be typing our shiny new character strings. Section 4. Your Formula Cheat Sheet. The building blocks. Let's crack open our toolkit and build these from the ground up. What's really interesting here is just how intuitive these core abbreviations are. Business Central keeps it entirely logical. C stands for current. And then you've got your standard calendar units, right? D for days, W for weeks, M for months, Q for quarters, and Y for years. No complex coding languages to memorize here. It's literally just the first letter of the time period you want to control. And seeing how these build into simple expressions is where it really clicks. Take C for current and M for month, put them together, and you've got CM, current month. You can easily throw numbers in there too. 10D just means 10 days from today. But if you flip that around and put the letter first, like D10, well, that specifies the next 10th day of a month. See? It's a super modular and accessible system. We can take it even further by combining these forms using basic math operators. Let's say you need the current month plus an extra 10 days for a grace period. Easy, just type CM plus 10D. What if you want to lock down dates exactly 1 year in the past? Just use a minus sign, -1Y. This lets us map out incredibly specific dynamic date ranges with virtually zero effort. Okay, team, you'll want to pay very close attention to these next few parts. You might even want to grab a screenshot. I've put together the ultimate consultant's reference guide for your standard monthly and quarterly periods. These are the exact inputs you're going to use on a daily basis. This brilliantly illustrates how we lock down a standard monthly posting period. If you want to restrict users to only post in the current month, your Allow Posting From field will be -CM, and your Allow Posting To will simply be CM. Simple, right? But hey, If your business process requires keeping the previous month open alongside the current one, you just tweak the from field to -cm -1m. It scales perfectly to whatever specific logic your organization needs.
And the exact same logic applies if you operate strictly on quarterly posting rules. Instead of M for month, we just sub in Q for quarter. So a strict current quarter posting range is just -CQ to CQ. By keeping these tables handy, you've got a foolproof cheat sheet to instantly configure those general ledger setups, and you'll never have to manually consult a calendar again.
Section 5, Advanced Rules and Mixing.
Role-specific control. Now that we've got the standard templates down, we need to talk about how these rules interact with your existing settings. Microsoft designed this to be super flexible. First off, the old static date fields and these new dynamic formula fields are mutually exclusive, meaning if you type a formula into the new field, the system automatically clears out the static date for that start or endpoint. However, and this is great, you absolutely can mix and match. You could use a hard-coded static date for your start boundary and a dynamic date formula for the end. Oh, and if someone tries to post outside your automated range, the system just triggers the standard validation error they're already used to seeing. No new error codes to learn.
And we can't forget about exceptions. Just like the old way, these dynamic posting periods apply to the whole company by default. But if you head over to the user setup page, that's page 119, you can apply these exact same date formulas to individual users. This gives you that granular control, allowing specific roles, like maybe a senior controller, to have a wider automated posting window than the rest of the staff. Those user setup rules will overrule the general ledger setup, just like they always have.
Team, it is officially time to say goodbye to manual date updates forever. Taking just 5 minutes today to type in a simple string like -cm to cm is going to completely wipe a recurring monthly task off your plate. So I'll leave you with this. How much cumulative time and honestly frustration is your accounting team going to save this month and every month after, now that this workflow is fully automated? I highly encourage you to log into your BC28 preview environment today and test these formulas out for yourself. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and happy automating.